What's up, YouTube? Baker Jackal up here, Rob Ricks. I'm going to be doing a bunch of these story times. Sorry I don't have any reviews of products lately. I have some things that are lining up right now. Still recovering from the onslaught that was Christmas. You know, Christmas is expensive, especially when you got 3 kids and a wife, and she's getting stuff for me, and paying bills and this, that, and everything else. But I got SHOT Show coming up. I've been doing a lot of prep time. This is a new camera, so I'm getting some practice in with it. I got some audio equipment I had to get. So I have a few different products that are coming. So I'll be doing some product updates there. But this is a quick little story time. I want to tell you a couple of different stories here. I'll tell you about. I remember one of my earliest memories of living in the projects of San Francisco, growing up as a little kid. Um, I remember I went with my dad. My dad took me to this park, and there was a swing set, and there was a bunch of kids running around. And I was going on a swing, and I was swinging, and this kid came up to me, and he told me to get off the swing, and I had just got on the swings, and I was like, no, I just got on here. And I kid you not, this kid did like one of them wrestling moves where he drop kicked the shit out of me. Drop kicked my ass right off the fucking swing. And here's my dad. My dad sees this shit, and he fucking loses it, right? So he fucking runs over, snatches this kid off the fucking thing. The kid's dad's there. He comes over, and my dad tells him what happened. And then I'm shocked because the kid's dad looks at him and asks him if it's true, and the kid says, yeah. So the dad just beat the shit out of this kid. I mean, he just beat the shit out of this kid. I'm not talking like, swatting his ass. I'm talking about just beat his ass. And, I had to be, it was so horrific. I still remember it to this day. And that's probably about fucking 5 years old, and I just remember how I was upset. I got kicked off the swings. I mean, it hurt, and I was crying. And then when my dad grabbed the kid, I was like, oh shit. And then when the guy came over, because the guy that came over, he wasn't a small guy. He's about the same size as my dad. My dad's a pretty big dude. And my dad told him what went down, and the guy looked at me, and he saw me on the ground, and fucking footprints on my fucking chest where the kid kicked me off the swing, and he just beat the shit out of that kid. And I remember that shit just horrified me. I mean, I had never seen another kid bleed. You know, I mean, you'd seen some fake blood on TV, and I saw shit my dad did to other grown men, but I'd never seen another kid get beat like that. Anyway, the other story I want to share with you is there was a point a little bit later on in my childhood. I was probably about 7, and I was going to see I think it was one of my very first visits to see a psychologist down in San Francisco. Because I had a lot of learning disabilities, and so they were trying to figure some stuff out. My mom and dad were both in school, and so my mom was trying to get parking, and I had been to this. I think I had been to the psychologist's office once before, or it might have just been a doctor's office. I can't remember now. It was either a doctor's office or psychology office. I can't remember. All I know is I went upstairs and went into the office, and they had a little area for kids to draw and shit. And I went over and I had asked this kid if I could use the crayons, because they had a little box of them. And he was sitting there, and it must have been a psychology office. It had to have been a psychologist's office. That's right. So I sit there and I grab the blue and I start drawing, and this kid just jumps across the table and just starts fucking hitting me, just fucking losing it. And I'm like, whoa, 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 and I hadn't learned how to fight at that time. I think it was shortly after this that my family had gotten us into martial arts, and this might have been part of the genesis for that. I don't know. I'd have to ask my mom. Anyway, this kid is just sitting there choking the shit out of me. So first he was hitting me, and I fell back, and he jumped on me, and he's choking me, and I'm looking at the receptionist, and this bitch is just looking, like, just looking, not even really tripping. Here comes my mom. She had found Park, and she comes in. She's freaking out. She fucking separates us. I don't know where the fuck the kids' parents were, but I remember my mom. I had never heard my mom curse before, and she fucking went off on the receptionist, and we didn't go back there again after that. I think we went somewhere else after that. But anyway, I just wanted to share a couple of fun-filled childhood memories. I'm kind of cleaning out the closet, of all the stories and stuff that I haven't touched on, so that you guys have, some fun stuff to see growing up. I'll find some. I'll find some fun, happy memories too, but these are some that stood out from my earliest ones, so I wanted to share that with you guys. All right, guys, that's it for now. If you like it, please subscribe, tell all your friends. Until next time, please be good to each other.